Good morning. I'm Dr. Laura Murillo, President and CEO of the Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. On behalf of our board and staff, we want to thank you for joining us at our 4th annual Women's Conference. Our keynote speaker today is none other than New Mexico's Governor, Susana Martinez. She's the first Latina to be elected as governor in the country. We want to thank our sponsors, Shell, AARP, and TDECU for sponsoring today's event. We hope you enjoy the show. Thank you. The Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce is the leading regional advocate for the economic, civic, and business interests of the Hispanic community. We are a convener of people, ideas, business opportunities, and so much more. We represent over 90,000 Hispanic-owned businesses in the region that generate billions of dollars annually. Through our yearly initiatives like our standard-setting annual luncheon, data-driven Hispanic Houston Impact Summit, and Trailblazing Women's Conference, we bring together diverse audience through a range of industry verticals. We are leaders in business via our programs and initiatives. We continue to invest in the future of Houston via our Emerging Leaders Institute, and most recently with our Business Institute for Entrepreneurs. We are advocates at the local, state, and national level regarding public policy, including tax reform, trade, energy, comprehensive immigration reform, healthcare, and business. This year, we led an extensive voting campaign via our media platforms and with our media partners. We continue to represent Houston on the international stage, including our participation in Mayor Sylvester Turner's recent trade delegation to Cuba. We also significantly increased our media outreach efforts, published several op-ed pieces, and participated in numerous press conferences. The Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce was also recognized as the Marketer of the Year in the Economic Development category by the American Marketing Association for our rebranding and marketing efforts in 2016. Our visual identity is our commitment to the future of your chamber and Hispanic Houston as we enter a new phase of growth and impact. As the leader of Houston's new majority, the Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce is a forward-looking champion for both the city of Houston and the Hispanic community.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you very much. Well, first, I want to appreciate and say thank you to TDECU for helping coordinate my wardrobe. We planned that, so I really appreciate that. No, but thank you. I really appreciate the invitation for the Houston Hispanic Chamber for being here today to welcome you and to get this day started off right. Of course, the Chamber, its members, its board, and Dr. Murillo are key to ever-expanding opportunities for Latina businesswomen and owners. Harris County is lucky to have such great partners, and we're proud to be sponsors here today of the Women's Leadership Conference and Business Expo. Female-owned businesses, a quick stat, female-owned businesses in the greater Houston area generate over $40 billion annually, and that is actually more than the GDP of a few states. And let me tell you, in recent years, I've worked very hard to appoint more women to our boards and commission in Harris County than ever before, including some very important posts like the Port of Houston Commission, the Hospital District, our Harris County Housing Finance Corporation, and many others. And let me tell you, they spend billions in their budgets for procurement and services across many, many sectors. I especially proud of, and I saw that they're one of our key sponsors as well, but I'm especially proud of the Port of Houston, where we have the first Latina as its chair of the board ever.
We are TDECU, your credit union, and we're here to improve lives. From the latest and on-the-go mobile technologies, to help you navigate the financial journey of life, to homeownership and securing your family's future with investments and insurance. TDECU is here with financial solutions for better tomorrows. We are TDECU, and we are your credit union.
Good morning. It is such a delight to be here with all of you today. Standing up here today, I think this is what, the fourth year? And I do remember our first year. We were, a founding partner of this event with Lauda, and it was 150 people, and now look at this. This room is full. It is just so great to be with you today. We've got a great agenda. We're looking forward to sharing a lot of great insight and thoughts with you today. Welcome to our TDECU team. We've got 20 folks with us here today. They're all in the front row. TDECU Insurance, TDECU from all over. We have over 18 branches in the greater Houston area. We are the largest Houston area credit union and one of the largest in Texas, but that means, with $3 billion in assets, we can provide a lot of great services and products for you, including insurance and mortgage and wealth advising and business services. So we do hope you'll stop by our booth today, get to know us. We'd love to connect with you and enjoy your day. Thank you.
Our story begins more than 60 years ago inside an abandoned chicken coop where our founder discovered a retired teacher living, no home, no health care. So she said no to this injustice and yes to transforming lives. It's this drive, this compassion that inspired AARP. Today, we empower people to choose how they live as they age. We advocate for health and financial security. We strengthen communities everywhere. We are AARP Houston, creating real possibilities.
What I wanted to reiterate in that video is that Ethel Percy Andrus, our founder, was retired. She was the first California principal in the history of the state. She had a long career as an educator, retired, thought she was going to go on cruises and have fun, and it was later, when she found out one of her members was not coming to as many events, that she found that woman in a chicken coop, because there were not retirements and there was not Social Security as we know it today to take care of teachers and people who were working. So she came out of retirement, founded AARP in 1958, so we're celebrating our 60th year this year. Thank you. Leadership does not end at retirement, and that's why we're proud to support the Women's Conference. And leadership does not end at the parking lot. Just because you're done at work does not mean that you go home and everything's fine, right? We know that 60% of caregivers in the United States are women just like you. Women who go home and who provide care for their loved ones, either kids or their parents, or both, as part of the sandwich generation. Leaders who are 25% of caregivers are also millennials. So when we're talking about emerging leadership, how are we equipping the next generation to care for our elders and to care for each other? So that when we get to that point, we are not being found in chicken coops, but we are being found in mansions and with our homes and living our dreams up until the very last day.
Things that have helped me get where I am today: people, passion, and persistence. Those three things have helped me get where I am today. And my hope that you have people in your life who will help you achieve your goals, and that you have the passion to work hard, to enjoy whatever you do. Now, I know some of you are here thinking, well, I'm not a boss because
I'm not a CEO. I'm not a boss because I do X, Y, or Z. Let me say this to you. Whatever you do, strive for excellence. Do your best. Take care of the job you have, and the next one will find you. Whatever you're doing, do your best at it. Don't be mediocre. I like to say to the emerging leaders, the way you do anything is the way you do emerging leaders? Yes. Everything. Take pride in what you do. Sit up straight. Wake up in the morning excited and ready to go. What you put in your mind is a tape recorder. And if you're saying, I'm tired, well, guess what? You're going to be tired. And that you know that your subconscious does not know the difference between a truth or a lie. It doesn't. So if you say, okay, as an example, you know what? Bianca is great. You know what? I'm going to get that promotion. I'm going back to school. If you keep saying those things to yourself, you begin to believe it. You begin to believe it, the universe starts taking care of all of the things you put out there. So, small business, student, owner, entrepreneur, begin your day believing and live your day that way. It does make a difference. Today, as we sit here and think of all the great advancements that women have made, we have a lot to be thankful for. But we still have disparity when it comes to our earning potential. So still today in 2018, women earn approximately 74 cents to the dollar. Actually, Latinas only make 54 cents to the dollar. Now, we need to do something about that, don't we? Would you agree? We're doing well on the educational front, yes? 60% of all of the undergraduate degrees are earned by women. Master's degrees, we're almost at 50% when it comes to law and medical. And if you take a look at this, you can see immediately your salary increase as a result of earning these degrees. And look at how many more women are in the workplace now. But that poses a great set of challenges for us as women. The guilt of not being with our kids, being at work, trying to get them everywhere, trying to do everything all at once. Not an easy task. But that's why today we hope that you gain some insight from these entrepreneurs, from these phenomenal people.
I've been very fortunate to have a great team of people that we already had. But to Mark's point, it was really about leveraging those people in the right positions. So really going in, analyzing what we were doing great and what we weren't doing so great, and where our opportunities were, and making sure we had the right team of people in those roles. One of the key things to me with that is always recruiting and making sure we have bench strength, which is something that we have an opportunity with. So really going in, making sure that we are continually not only bringing people into the organization, but then also looking for our industry. So in our industry right now, there's a huge gap between very, very tenured folks and really getting people excited about going into insurance and what that means. So for me, it really is about the passion and the vision of what we do every single day, which is really impacting people's lives in a very positive manner.
Somewhere along the line, we've all been through devastating times. But I've always been determined. You used all the words that I always used. I get my goals, I have a passion, I never give up, I'm very persistent. So
Now our next speaker is none other than Mary Jo Rapini. You've seen her on Fox 26. She is a licensed psychotherapist, author, and media expert. Please welcome Mary Jo Rapini.
You need to move because it's good for your body, and everything works better when you move. Eat healthy. Listen to spiritual or some kind of inspirational quotes, and actually make a copy and put them in your wallet and remind yourself throughout the day that you are a soulful person living a human life.
Always want to recognize our board of directors, our chairman emeritus, our foundation board members. Please stand. Let's give them a big round of applause. Our board members, chairman emeritus, all of the others who are joining us today. Thank you. And I know in this room we have a lot of emerging leaders. You know who you are. Thanks for everything you're doing. Thank you for making us proud every day. We have a very special guest who's joining us who's recently made the news. You may have seen her picture on the front cover of the Houston Chronicle, and that is none other than State Senator Sylvia Garcia, who's joining us. Yes, and we're going to ask her to come forward and please join us on stage and give just a few comments.
First of all, of course, give thanks to the Chamber for putting this event together. So for me, I just want to welcome you all today. I hope that you are taking advantage of every workshop and every opportunity here. And for the young people up front, make note, we all look very different, don't we? And that's the beauty of our Latino community, that we can be from Venezuela, we can be from Mexico, we can be from Ecuador, we can be from El Salvador, from everywhere. We all look different, but what keeps us together is nuestra lengua y nuestra cultura. And let's make sure that we never forget that, because we're the ones as women that will have to pass it on more than others. So don't forget who you are. And for all those that are here, perhaps with no authorization, remember we're here, we ain't going anywhere, and we're here to stay. So let's make sure we continue to work together, because I'm convinced that if the future of this state is Latinos, it really is Latinas. The future of Texas is Latinas. Thank you all very much.
Women of color represent 2% of the governors across the country, and only 6% across the country in terms of women of color. And we only represent 19% of all the women in Congress. And that's why your Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce is working very closely to make sure you're registered, that you are informed, that you are educated. Now, before we entered the room, our governor, the Honorable Susana Martinez, was gracious enough to join us for a private reception before we came in here. The only people at that VIP reception are the students who are joining us today, and they're up front. They had a private reception with the governor because they are so important. Students in the front row, stand up and turn around so everyone can applaud you.
why they're here, 'cause they just may run away from you. You never know quite when will. Then again, it just depends on how long the time is left for you. I've had the highest mountains, I've had the deepest rivers. You can have it all, but life keeps moving. I take it in, but don't look down. 'Cause I'm on top of the world. I'm on top of the world. Waiting on this for a while now. Pay my dues to the dirt. I've been waiting to smile. Been holding it for a while. Take it with me if I can. Dreaming of this since a child. I'm on top of the world.
I've tried to cut these corners, try to take the easy way out. I kept on falling short of something. Oh yeah, yeah. I could've gave up then, but then again I couldn't have, 'cause I've traveled all this way for something, something. I take it in, but don't let down. 'Cause I'm on top of the world. I day on top of the world. You don't tell where I did where though. Pay my dues to the dirt. I've been waiting to smile. Been holding it in for a while. Take you with me if I can. Been dreaming of this since a child. I day on top of the world. I day on top of the world. You don't tell where I did where though. Pay my dues to the dirt. I've been waiting to smile. Been holding it for a while. Take you with me if I can. Dreaming of this since a child. I'm on top of the world. Cause I'm on top of the world. I'm on top of the world. Waiting on this for a while now. Paying my dues to the dirt. I've been waiting to smile. Been holding it in for a while. Take you with me if I can. Been dreaming of this since a child.
I'm on top of the
And I
world.
know it's hard when you're falling down, and it's a long way up when you hit the ground. Get up now, get up, get up, get up now. And I know it's hard when you're falling down, and it's a long way up when you hit the ground. So get up now, get up now. 'Cause I'm on top of the world. Top of the world. I'm on top of the world. Pay my dues to the dirt. I've been waiting to smile. Been holding it for a while. Take you with me if I can. Dreaming of this since a child. I'm on top of the world.
Thank you, Dr. Murillo. As usual, you have orchestrated an energetic women's leadership conference and expo full of dynamic, capable, and can I say aggressive women business leaders and owners who know what they want and know how to get it. This leadership conference and expo is an embodiment of empowerment. And on behalf of Shell Oil Company, welcome to the 2018 luncheon. Now, some of you may be wondering, why is a handsome guy like me standing up here in front of you at a women's leadership conference? Well, I'm a he for she. That means, like the many other men in this room, we've got your back, ladies. So look to us to help you, support you, count on you, and win with you. I'm here today because I need to first share with you a message that is very broad and applies to every corner of the Shell supply chain. If you have a service or a product that can help us do our job more efficiently, more economically, more environmentally sustainably, and your company is mature enough and strong enough to thrive in a competitive environment, as frankly demanding as Shell's is, we want to know more about you and your company.
The Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce is the leading regional advocate for the economic and civic interests of the Hispanic business community. We seek to empower our members through a diverse range of programs and initiatives. The Chamber provides the business community with resources needed to build economic success. For more information, please visit our website at www.houstonhispanicchamber.com. So now we have the great privilege to invite a woman who's been named as one of the most 100 influential women in this country. We're proud to call her a Tejana, a native of El Paso, Texas, very important to us, and governor of New Mexico. She was the first female ever elected governor of New Mexico. She's the first Latina to serve as a governor in this country. She is only one of 2 governors who made that particular list of those 100 most influential people, not Latina, not women, people, to make that list. And so it's great honor and privilege that on behalf of the Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, our board of directors, we thank you for joining us, and we ask that you please join us. Please welcome Governor Susana Martinez.
I am Susana Martinez, and I have to tell you a little bit about my story. And Dr. Murillo, thank you so much for the invitation. I ran for office as district attorney 4 different times and won. Keep in mind, New Mexico Republicans are outnumbered 2-1, or 3-1. Republicans in New Mexico, we are outnumbered 3-1. So to win as a Republican is extremely difficult. And so I had proven myself for the first 7 years of being a prosecutor that I was strong, objective, fair, but very tough on those that hurt our kids and hurt those that were most vulnerable. I started with a $450 million deficit when I took over as governor, and I was able to turn that around to now I'm turning over the state in the best position it has ever been in the 8 years that I have been governor. The governor gave me a $450 million deficit. I'm turning over a surplus and a 10% savings account, and I have never raised taxes, not once. I promised the people when I was running I was never going to raise a single tax, and to this day I have cut taxes 39 different times, and I have also cut fees 20 different times, making it easier for businesses to do business in our state. Those are some of the things I'm extremely proud of. And I had to remember that I'm not a politician. I'm a leader. And leaders don't say what they need to say to get elected and then do something different. Leaders make a promise and keep their promises.
And another round of applause for our distinguished governor, Susana Martinez. Let's stand up and give her a round of applause. Thank you. Thank you so much. On behalf of the Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, we want to thank you for joining us today at our 4th Annual Women's Conference. It was a sold-out event here at the Hilton Americas. Our special thanks to our keynote speaker, Governor Susana Martinez, and all of our panelists. We'll see you real soon. Thank you.